Hi guys! So I logged into Beautylist yesterday and I started a topic and I asked people what they thought of picture tutorials, and a lot of people don't like them. So I decided that I'm going to start doing video tutorials because, you know, just a lot of people like, you know, hands-on video. So this is my first video tutorial and it's going to be how I do my foundation. So the first thing you need to do before you do any makeup is wash your face. Sorry if this is blurry, but you should wash your face every morning because you get a lot of grime and grossness coming off your pillow. You really should make sure your pillows are clean and whatnot. So after you wash your face, then you need to moisturize your face because, you know, washing your face strips your face of your natural oil, so it makes it dry and kind of tight and not comfortable. So then after that, I apply Aveeno's, whatever this is called, face lotion in SPF 30. I use SPF now because it's summer and it's hot and I live in a very hot place. So I use this and I've already done it. So those are the first two steps. Then I know a lot of people use a primer. I know there's a lot of high-end primers like Smashbox, MAC, all those companies, they sell primers, but I probably would try Monostat's chafing gel first because it's cheap and I've heard a lot of good things about it. So if you're gonna buy a primer, I would go for that instead of going for a high-end, you know, so you're not wasting your money or anything like that. But I don't use a primer because personally I don't feel I need it. I have pretty good skin except for my forehead. As you can see, I have kind of bad acne. So anyway, we're gonna get into the actual makeup. So the first thing I do is I take my brand new Makeup Forever palette that I got from the Makeup Geek Weekly Challenge winner thingy, and I'm gonna take the green one and I'm gonna apply that to all of my red areas, which is all my acne, mostly concentrating it on my forehead. And I'm only using a little bit because this stuff is pretty potent. Like if you apply too much, then it's going to show through your foundation and that's not pretty. Then I'm going to take the one right next to it, the salmon concealer, just take a little bit and put that under my eyes. And this helps correct any blue purplishness, mostly blue. So if you have blue under eyes, then you would go for a salmon concealer. If you have purple under eyes, you would go for a yellow concealer. And then I'm going to take this concealer right here and go on top of that, so lighten it up. So the other one, it just hid the color, and then this one's brightening. And I'm also going to put that on my lid to hide any of the veins. I have a lot of freckles, as you can see, which luckily get covered up a lot when I do my foundation. Alright. So you make sure it's smooth and it covers up any veins or anything like that. So I'm done with that palette. Put it away. Next thing I do is I use my foundation. This one is L'Oreal's True Match. I love this stuff. The only bad thing is it's really heavy, so I really need to find a different one because it's getting really hot. It was like 115 last week. So anyway, I just take a bit on my finger, put it on my cheek, rub it in. I use my fingers for my foundation except for when I'm contouring. I know a lot of people, you could use a stippling brush, a foundation brush, what are those, the sponges, those pink ones, I forget what they're called. Beauty blender, that's what it's called. Oh. And I also cover up my natural lip color during this step. just because normally I wear a bright lip color, and I don't want my natural lip color to show through. So now we're going to cover up the green. 3 spots. Blend it all out. Really make sure you get into the hairline, down the nose, around the nose, hairline. Now this step, this last part, is to do your neck. I know a lot of girls forget or don't think about it, and then they have this ugly line on the jaw, and it's just really a bad look. I hate it when I see that. I see it so much out in the real world. I think I did it accidentally once. And it wasn't even with a foundation, it was with a tinted moisturizer. So, that's that. Oh, and my color is light ivory W2. And then after that, I take the same foundation in 2 shades darker. This one's Buff Beige N4. And I just use what's in the cap. I take a stippling brush, pretty small one, like this. Take a little bit on my brush, fish face, and go in like that. Just draw a little line. And then I go back and I blend it out. Blending it up into the temples. Like that. And then I take my fingers and I blend it out even more because sometimes my brush doesn't get those harsh lines out. This just really moves the product around the way I like, so I can get it where I want it. And then I just take the leftover, there's hardly any product in the cap now, and I go along the bridge of my nose. And I'm pushing down the center to make sure that I don't have any of this color on the top of my nose, because I want that to stay my skin color, otherwise it'll look like I have a discolored nose, which no one likes that. Now I'm going to take another concealer. This one is from Kirkland Signature by Borghese. You can get it at Costco. It's a mineral. It's called Mineral Exact Match Concealer. It has 3 colors, a yellow one, a skin toned one, and a salmon one. I'm going to take the skin toned one. As you can see, my acne is still showing, so I'm going to use that to cover it all up. This is a thicker formula, so it's really good for acne. And as you can see, sometimes it just doesn't want to cover, and that's where Photoshop comes in handy sometimes. Haha. So, and also if you still have some redness around the edges of your nose, you could put some of that there as well. So, done with that. Then I'm going to set it with a translucent powder. The one I use is Palladio's rice powder, and I tap it like that so I can get the product out. See? And then I take a really big fluffy brush like this. I used to use a kabuki brush like this, but it started making my face look a little too chalky because there's too much product on the brush, and it was having too much product on my face. So I'm going to get that, put it in the cap to get the excess off, tap it, and then lightly dust it all over my face. Really paying special attention to the nose. I'm going to get in those crevices. And don't forget to powder down here. Oh, you can also contour. You can also put your contour down here if you have like a slight double chin, it'll help make it go away. Okay, so after I apply my powder with this brush, then I take a smaller shadow brush, which is actually a large shadow brush. So I'm going to take my rice powder again, just a little bit this time, tap off the excess in the lid, and see how there's creases on my eyelid now? Yeah, we don't want that, so blend those out and set your eyelid with powder with using this brush. I use this brush because it can really get into the crevices of your eye, like right up in here. And also do that on, see how this crease is down here too? Yeah, blend those out and then set them with the powder. Okay. Then, last step is blush. This is my go-to blush. This is Kirkland by Borghese Mineral Blush Beads. This has bronzer, blush, highlight all in one. So they're beads. It has this little thingy to keep them in place. I've lost so many because they just like to pop out. So anyway, I take a little brush like this. It's called a large blusher brush. I don't know where I got it. It was like a Christmas present. It has no name, but so you just take that brush. See how there's a little bead in there? They always get stuck and then they fall out. I have to remember to get them out. Smile. And then apply. Start at the apples of your cheeks and then pull it back. I normally use 2 coats. 1, 2. And like that. See how pretty that is? Smile. And blush apples and then push it back. Brush back. Like that. One more coat. Smile. Brush back. And that's it for my face. I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you want more video tutorials, please let me know. Alright?